Me. Let me know if you can see and hear me.
Okay, I don't catch the signal, but um, okay.
Are we ready?
Say something.
Hi, hello everybody. My name is Feto Segali.
Yes, you are good to go.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, you are good to go. Continue. You are good to go.
Okay, bye. Hello everybody. Precious, you can see my screen, right? I hope you can. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Feto Segali, and
Yes, I can see your screen.
I am a Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador, and I am also a data analyst. And it's a pleasure to be here. So today I'll be taking us on Google Docs, which is a part of the modules that we have prepared for everyone today as part of the training. So I'll just continue with my presentation. Okay. So now we're talking about Google Docs. First of all, what is Google Docs? Now, we have different kind of web-based word processing tools, and this includes Google, right? Now, you might have heard of Microsoft Word before. Now, Microsoft Word is, we can say Microsoft Word is the offline part, right, for word processing tools, and Google Docs is the web-based. And by web-based, I mean it is hosted on the internet. If you do not have, even though you just need to have your Gmail, right? Once you have your Gmail, you have access to Google Docs, and then you can use it. You see, it is written that it is a free web-based word processing tool. At least for now, yes, it is free. So you are allowed to use it online. So with Google Docs, you use Google Docs to create, to edit, and to collaborate on documents online. So there are so many things that you can use Google Docs for. You can use Google Docs for a resume, like my own resume, I created it using MS Word. You can use it for your resume, you can use it for letter-headed papers, you can use it to do your project. For some of us that are students here, you can use Google Docs for your project. And for example, we have a setting whereby lecturers are now allowed, right? Allowed to, or students are now allowed to be able to send their documents to their supervisors to vet and then give them feedback. Then Google Docs is an amazing platform to do that. All you need to do is just finish your project or whatever it is that you're working on, and then send the link to your supervisor, and then when he vets it, you can either make him whatever you want to give him whatever access, maybe as an editor, as a commenter, or somebody that can just view, right? So you can, it's an amazing way to actually share documents, and when we get practical, we'll see all of these things that I'm talking about. So now, the features of Google Docs, right? Real-time collaboration. And by this, we mean that two people can be working, in fact, numerous people can be working on the same exact document at the very same time, right? See, for example, me and somebody else, we are technical writers in an organization here, and we need to submit a particular technical blog or article to our boss. And now the boss has said, Faith, you write about data analysis, and then you write about software engineering, but I want them on the same document, right? Now, and somebody is writing his own, I'm writing my own. I know that this person that I'm writing with also has knowledge, right? I can tell him, okay, just scroll to page 5 on the same document and see my own and check it out. And the person can also say to me, okay, you also have knowledge of what I'm doing. Why don't you also scroll to page 8 and then check for what I have written before we submit to our boss? So that's what we mean by real-time collaboration. we can be working on the very same document at the very same time. Doing it individually, you'll be on your own page and I'll also be on my own page. Then auto save and version history. So, I remember when I was learning desktop publishing in Lagos at the time, right? And we're learning with desktops. So anytime that we're doing something, for example, you are so into what you are typing or into what you are designing, and you forget to always use Control S, which is to save. And then, NEPA now, they just take the lights. Oh my God, you just hold your head. What am I going to do? I've typed 4 pages. How would I start? We remember with all of those things. But right now, with Google Docs, no, it's nothing like that. Your work is saved automatically, right? So as you are working, it is saving. As you are working, it is saving, so long you are online. And also, you have access to offline, right? When we go practical, like I said, we'll see most of these things. Now, version history. So I and that other guy that are supposed to write that article, we are working on something, but this time we are not working on individual tools, right? We are working on the same tool. Maybe we're also writing on data analysis. He's writing on Power BI. I am writing on Excel. Then after we have checked and done everything, maybe at the conclusion part that we're supposed to, come together and write it together, we write something that might be misleading or might not exactly be the correct thing. And then our boss goes through it and is like, who did this? And Faith says, she's not the one. Like, I'll say, boss, it's not me. Then the other guy also said he's not the one. Okay, who can't do am? There'll be nobody to say who did what. So now you can use version history to actually track who did what, right? And at what time. So that's what version history does in Google Docs. Then Google Docs is accessible anywhere. So long you have your device, you have your data on, you know your password, you know your Gmail, then you have access to Google Docs on any device, anywhere, and at any time. Then you also have access to offline mode. You can work on your documents even when you are not connected to the internet. If you have the offline mode feature, there's a feature for that. You might need to download an extension to be able to have that feature. But yes, rest assured, it is there. Now, on to the next, document creation. Now, to create a new document on Google Docs is extremely easy. All you need to do is to go to Google Docs on your home page. If you are using Chrome browser, you don't necessarily need to type. You can just go to the ellipsis you have on the lower top right hand corner of your screen, and then you see they click on those ellipses, and then you see Google Docs, or in fact Docs, and you just click on it and then you start typing. There are so many templates, so many documents. If it is letters, they are there. It depends on what you want. You can do anything with Google Docs. It's amazing. You can even design with it, right? So Google Docs provides a range of formatting tools to style your documents. You can change your font, yes. You can adjust the text size. You can apply bold, italics, and underline. Everything can be, no matter, think about formatting and you can do it on Google Docs. Even though there are still some improvements that they are working on, but everything that you might need to make your document stand out, you can find that with Google Docs right now, right? And you can also insert images and then format them as you would like. Now, this is the best part of Google Docs: collaboration. See, it is seamless. You don't even need to stress yourself about thinking of what to do or how to do it. It is easy. In fact, just click and drop. You know, you don't necessarily need to code anything. All you need to do is to just click, add the person, or even just give everybody access, and they can collaborate with you on your document, right? And you can also you can invite people. You can invite people to view, comment, and edit, right? Depends on what you want from them. For example, you want them to be able to edit whatever it is that you have done. You can give them that access. If you want them to just comment and not alter what you have written, you can do that too. And if you just want them to view, like they should just see, but they should not have access to do anything, you can also do that. Then collaborators can work on the document simultaneously, leave comments, and suggest edits. So it's an amazing tool. Like I just told us that we can do so many things, and so many people can work on the very same document at the very same time without even, clashing into each other. Now, the sharing and permissions. I just told us that you can actually give somebody a certain permission. You can either make them a viewer, you can make them an editor, or you make them a commenter. So when you make them a viewer, they just view, right? They just view what your work is. Then if you make them an editor, it means that they can alter what you have done or what you have already written. Then if you make them a commenter, they can only comment on certain parts, or they can comment on parts of your document, but they cannot alter what you have already written or what you have done per time, right? So those are the various permissions. And you can also decide to not even give permission at all. Like, nobody should have access to that document. You just lock it. Maybe, for example, you like to journal, and you are sharing something private to yourself. You can just share it on Google Docs and don't give access to anybody. And really, nobody is going to have access to what the content in that your document is, right? So you can choose to even share. For example, I want to share with only Precious, Benga, and AKP. All I need to do is to ask for their emails and then attach it to that document, and just three of them have access to that document. Any other person that is not linked there, that did not give me their email, or I did not affix their email to that document, they will not have access to it. So these are the sharing and permission parts of the Google Docs, right? So now, integration with Google Drive. You can already hear from the name Google Drive that it's a part of, or Google Drive is a part of Google Docs rather is a part of Google Drive. You can see it inside of Google Drive. They are all products of Google and they are easily integrated with one another. So if I create a new document on Google Docs, it will easily show on my Google Drive. All I need to do is to just go there and check it out, and then I have access to that. It will, in fact, it will be showing there as recent, right? So all of these things can easily be, they can easily be integrated together. If I want to create a table, for example, I want to bring in a pie chart, right? I can export data from Google Sheets into Google Docs, and yes, and then bring my pie or whatever chart it is that I want to bring. Then all your documents are saved in Google Drive, making them easily accessible and shareable across devices. When we started, I said that you can access Google Docs anywhere and anytime. All you need to have is data to remember your email and the password, and then you can access Google and Google Docs anywhere and at any time. Then you can also organize your documents in folders and search for specific files within Google Drive, right? So you can organize them. You can even, for example, you are writing articles. I keep using articles because it's if you write an article or a blog with Google Docs, it's actually very, very seamless. Yeah. So if you finish writing all these articles, for example, you are writing data articles, you are writing web articles, you are writing blockchain articles, you can just create a folder and then put them into those different folders in your Google Drive, so that looking for them will not be exactly hard. If you want blockchain or Web3 materials, just click on the Web3 folder and all of the articles is inside there. So that is that about that. And then the conclusion. So Google Docs is a powerful tool. It's seamless. It's a user-friendly tool. I can attest to that, for creating and collaborating on documents online. Its real-time collaboration, accessibility, and integration with Google Drive makes it an excellent choice for personal and professional use. So imagine wanting to share something with somebody and you don't have to always be downloading stuff. All you need to do is share a link, and the person can just click on it and the person has access. So those are the amazing things. Now that we're about to get practical, you will see all of the things that we can do right with Google Docs. So right now we are just going to head on to our Chrome browser. I am using Chrome. You can decide not to use Chrome. There are so many amazing browsers that you can use. I recommend Edge. You can also use anyone, DuckDuckGo, anyone that you really want to use, that you feel comfortable with. But for this class, I will be using Chrome, right? So we are going to log on to Chrome now. So this is my Chrome browser, right? So like I said earlier, you can come here where my cursor is. You see it is labeled Google Apps. When you hover around it, you see there it is labeled Google Apps. You can just click on it and scroll down, and then you see Docs. You can either click on that, or you can come to here where you have your URL and type Google Docs. Okay, my keyboard is actually on caps, so that's why it's showing that. So you can click on Google Docs and then enter, and it will bring out some things for you, and you can just select. You can even see it on the right hand side, Google Docs. You can just click on that and then you have access. Log in and then you are good to go. But for this class, I'll just be using the one from the ellipses here. Please remember that you can always ask your questions under this video, or you can message us on any of our social media platforms and we'll be happy to to help you out with whatever questions it takes that you might have. And do well to follow our social media handles. We have so much in stock for you, you can't even see. So I'll just quickly, okay. So this is the UI for Google Docs, right? This is the UI for Google Docs, and we have project proposal, we have resume, we have blank, we have letter, we have brochure. So these are the so many things that you can get. This is not all. You can always come here, click on template gallery, and it will give you a proper view of so many things that you can do. So if you are looking for a template to maybe write a business letter, you can click on this business letter here. If you like the format, click on it. You can open in a new tab so that you can see the view of how it is, right? And then you can continue with that if it's something that you really like. This is how the template is, and you can check that out, right? You can also look for recipes if you want to write a resume for your pet, and if you want to do a project proposal or you want to write a meeting note, you can check any of this out and then follow suit. Just edit and do everything that you need to do. So I'll just go back. And now if you scroll down, you see recent documents, right? Now all of these are the recent document that I have opened per time. All of these things are the Google Docs that we have opened. So you can always look at any of them and then check back, right? So another thing that I also want to show us here is that you have access to owned by anyone or owned by you. If you want to be seeing only the ones that are owned by you, you can come here and change that, and it will be showing only the ones that you have created. Then if you want it to show only the ones that is not owned by you, that somebody shared with you, you can still click on that and it will show the ones that are not owned by you, that was sent by somebody else, and you can do that. So there are so many ways. You can also change the view. If you don't like this one, you can change it to list. If you like the grid, you can bring it back. Then also you can sort. If you want to sort it according to the last modified, the title, or the modified by you, anyone. And then also if you want to open file picker, you can do all of these things. Just explore all of these places. And also if you do not want to see the template, you can hide it, but I don't want to do that here, so I'll just leave that. So now I'm going to create a blank document, right? I'm going to click on blank because I don't want anything to be on my document. So I'm just going to click on blank, and yes, we are on that. So this is scrolling, this is rolling rather, and it might take some time depending on your network, of course. All right, so we're up now. So this is how the blank interface is when you're working on Google Docs. If you look up here where my cursor is, you see that it is titled as untitled document because you have not given it a title. So you can decide to change it. Maybe you want to name it something. You can put, maybe let me just name it Elite Analytics Hub, right? So I've changed the name. You can always come here to change the name. You see, save to drive. If you actually look here, you can just like take some seconds back and look at this place and the change you see. It was saving, it was showing saving before, and then the next thing it showed was save to drive, right? So this is the document status to show if it is saved or it is not saved. If you are offline, it's going to show something different here, right? So this is like the document, this is document status. Then here you can star this document if you want to see it. So sometimes people have scattered documents across their Google Drive, and locating a particular file might be difficult. So if you star this one and you go to starred on your Google Drive, it will be easy for you to see because you have actually like made it unique, right? So then you can also move this, right? You can move this to anywhere in your folder. If you want to put it in any of your folders, you can do that. So that's all about this one. Then files. So this is like a ribbon, yeah, like the one we have on MS Word. This time, and these are the various tabs. We have the file, edit, view, insert, format, tools, extensions, help. So all of these various tabs, they hold different groups that are inside of that you can use to edit and format your document. Yeah. So we have the file. The file, if you want to open a new document, great, you can open that. If you want to open an already existing document, you can click on open, Yeah, and then it takes you to the various parts that you can go through to get whatever document it is that you want to get. So this is the recent one that I'm on. It is already showing here. So if you want to check the folders in your drive, yes, check here. Then if you want to check shared with me, you check here. If you want to check starred, remember I starred this one, so it is already here as a starred document. Then computers, there's nothing here. Then upload, you can now go to your local directory and then get from there. Yeah, so that's basically what this part does. So let's continue. Okay, so make a copy. You can make a copy of this document if you want. So I remember writing an article, and the person had to, create a copy for me and told me to rename it to whatever it is that I wanted to rename it to. So he made a copy so that I had my own copy, and then he had the original one. Then share. If you don't want to use the share here, you can also use it in the file, right? You can publish to web as well. Then for email, you can email this file. This can also be applicable when you click on the share at the top right hand corner. Then download. Now you can download this as anything. You can download it as Microsoft Word, as PDF, as whatever you find comfortable with. If you like, if you want to maybe edit it, for example, there are some texts that might be here, that might not, or there are some texts that might be on what's it called, MS Word, that will not be here. So you can just quickly download it as MS Word and then take it to MS Word, right? And then make your edits, change the font or whatever it is that you want to do that is in Microsoft Word that is not here, and you get it, right? So you can also rename. If you don't want to call this Elite Analytics Hub, feel free, rename it. And I already showed us what move can do. You can move this to any folder you want to move. You can also add a shortcut to Drive. Also, you can move it to trash, delete it. Version history that I told us, you can, you know, change anything, change whatever. And when I click on the version history, it will show me, I'll click on see version history. Then it will show me everybody that has worked. So today, because I am the only one on this folder, it will be showing only my name because I am the only one working here now. And I've been working here since 1:35. So I have not exactly made any change. So it is just going to be showing my name. But if I give you access to this and you make an edit or you make a change, it will show your name here as also as a contributor. So these are the ways that we track people that have done what in, you know in a document. So that's that for file. You can always check the rest out. Then edit, you can undo, you can redo, Control Z, Control Y. Then you can paste without formatting, find and replace. So where this find and replace come into play is, for example, I have 170 people in my class, and I want to direct a letter to this 170 people. And then of course I start with dear somebody. For example, let me use the people on my team for to explain this. Dear Precious, and then I talk and I talk and I say everything that I want to say. But at different points and different levels, I keep mentioning Precious so that Precious will know that this letter is directed to him. Yeah. So I keep doing that and doing that and doing that. And you see Precious showing like 100 times in a 1,000 word article or letter. But I also want to address that letter to AKP. I also want to address that letter to Emmanuel. I also want to address that letter to Mamosarime. I want to address that letter to Precious, to everybody on my team. I need to now find Precious in that document and replace with Minga. Replace with any other name that I want to put. So this is a very good place where find and replace comes in, right? So that is that. And then we have view. Like I said, I might not be explaining all of these things at length. That's why we have a community. You can always send a message. And yes, you can also, DM me on any of my social media platforms. So view, if you don't want to show some things on your screen, you can untick them. And the ones that you want to show will also be there. So show equation bar, you see equation bar will come. This was not here before, but it has come up. If I don't want it, I'll remove it and then it goes off. If I don't want the ruler, will show this one up here. I untick it and you see it's no longer there. So these are all of the things that you can do on Google Docs. So format, this is not the Odogu, but it's like the Odogu part of everything. It has so many things. So much of the things that you can see on this ribbon here, this ribbon here, you can see it in format. So for example, you want to bolding your text, or you want to italicize it, you want to underline text, is here. You can just click on it. You see all of the formatting types here. You can do that. Then also paragraph style, all of them are here. Then alignment and indentation, you can do the left, center, right, or justified, any one you want to do. Then the line and paragraph settings, spacing rather, you can also do that. Then columns, if you want to have just one column, or you want to divide your page into two. At the same time, you might also want to divide your page into three. Everything is here. Then if you want to bullet or number, everything is here. You want to do header and footers, you can do that. So this is basically everything. Then tools, you can also check this out, right? You are writing an article and you want to check the word count, you use here to check. And also we have extensions, you can check that out. Then help, this is the part where you can ask for help. And also if you are somebody that likes to use short keys, I am not, you can come to keyboard shortcuts, and these are the many shortcuts that you can use in Google Docs, right? So enjoy this. So now I am going to extract um I'm going to extract something from a particular book, and I am extracting this to show you the capabilities of Google Docs. I am not showing you this because I want to take anything from that book to use for my personal use. No, I just want to show you how you can format your text, but I want to get data, or I want to get content from these books. So I'm just going to click on my folder and then log on to that place, to any of the um, content that I have, and then we can just get some things from there and use. I'm trying to look for I'm sorry, this is a statistical book, so we might not. Oh, I don't think we can. Okay, we might not be able to copy from this book, so let me just go to my own library. And yes, so I'm just going to copy some things from this book, and we can use that for the class. Why is this taking so much time? Let me close this and open it again. I'll also close this and open it again. I hope it comes up now. Yay, thank God. So I'm just going to get from here prologue and everything. So Control C, and let's go back to Control V now. Yeah, so this is what we are going to be using now. I want to make this airtight, so still doing the same. Okay, so I want to format each and every of these two. For example, I want to make, or let me quickly show you how to do some things. So we want to do watermark. I want this folder or this document to be specific, or to be peculiar to my company, and I want everybody that sees it to know that it is from my company, and the name of my company is Faith Technical Company. So I'm just going to put a watermark there. So this is watermark. I'm just going to come here and click on it. You go to insert, right, and then click on watermark. You see watermark, and then click on that. A box is going to come out on your right hand side. Now what do I want to add? I don't want to add an image. You can add an image as your watermark, it's on you. But if you want to add a text, in fact, let me even show you how to add an image. So if I want to add an image, I'll just come to here, select image, and then I can now take images from any of, so you can take images from your webcam, from a link, from photos, Google Drive, Google Images. But I want to take my own from my computer, so I'll just come to browse and then select an image. So I'm going to look for can I okay, let me just pick this, right, and then use. So this is it. This is the image. So this image will be my watermark. If you want it to be faded, it will be faded. You see, I uncheck the faded and you see the difference. But if I make it faded now, I think this is better. But if you don't want this, then when I'm done, I can click on done, and then this will appear on every of my page in this document. But also, I don't want to use image, I want to use text. Okay, fine. Come back to watermark and then go to text, right? And now, which text do you want to use? Faith technical company, right? And what font type? We want to use impact. We want our impact to show in the world, and we want to make it bold. I don't think we need bold here. Then we want to italicize it. Then the color, we don't want it to have gray. We want it to have pink. I don't know why I chose pink, but so, and I also want to change the transparency, right? I think it's too light, it's too dark, so I'm just going to make it light. And if you also do not want it to be diagonal the way it is across the page, you can make it horizontal. But I think diagonal is better, so I'm just going to change it. And you can, if you want it to be in front of your text, fine. But me, I want it to be at the back. So I'm going to click on done, right? And if you also do not want to have watermark again, not a problem. Come to insert, still go to watermark, and then you can remove it from here where my cursor is, right? So that is that for watermark. And then we can also insert headers and footers. So I will just come here. I want one particular thing to be on top of my page, and I want it to appear across every page of my document, right? So I'm going to click on header, and my header, I want it to have Faith is a good girl. This is what I want my document to have on top. I can also edit this to change if you want to. Now this is my header. This will appear across every page of my document. Then now that I've put header there, I want my document to also have footer. So I'm going to come here and now select footer. Remember, I had selected header before. So now I want it to have Elite Analytics Hub is the best place to learn, and I have that. So that will appear across every part of my document, every page on my document. Faith is a good girl and Elite Analytics Hub is the best place to learn will always come out, right? So these are many things that we can do. And another thing that I also want to show us is how to link sites to our blog or our article. Now, I will say for more information, click here, right? So now I want you to get more information, but I want to direct you to another site. So I'm going to show you where to click. How do I do that? I'll come to where I have, for example, we want to link Elite, the Elite YouTube page. Like you are trying to tell somebody that Elite has amazing courses. If you want to learn more about them, this is their link, check them out. So now this is Elite Analytic Hub, their YouTube page, right? So we are going to come here and then select, right? We are going to click on the link, Control C, we are going to copy it. Then we'll go back to our document and then highlight that exact place that we want to do and come here, insert link, and then Control V. Okay, I did that really fast, right? So I've Control V it now, and then I'm going to click on apply. So anytime, no, that's not what we're supposed to get. Let me just go over this again. Okay, I think I had already copied that. Okay, it's already working. This should be an old one, but let me come back here. Let me just delete this, and then I can say click here for more info. So I'm going to go and copy this, Control C, and come back to Elite Analytics document, and then highlight where I want to link, and then go to insert link, which can also be Control K and then Control V there. And then apply that. You see that it has changed the color of my text, and also it has underlined. So anytime I come here, anytime I hover around this place or I click on it, you see it will refer me to that link. So if I click on this, it will take me to the Elite Analytics Hub YouTube page. So that's how to hyperlink a page or a site when you are working on Google Docs. Then, for example, you want to share. We are going to get there. Now, first of all, let's walk around some of the things in the formatting. Now, I like this, looks like a justified site, or sorry, a justified content, but I want it to have left, I want it to have right. So we are just going to come to this place where we have align here. So this is aligned left. I was even thinking it's justified, but it's aligned left. Now I want it to align center. You see that it has brought it to the center. Then again, I want it to be aligned right. You see it has come to the right. Now I want it to justify. You see that it has justified, it has fit it across that page. So this is what that alignment does. Now I don't want my writings to be compact like this. I want it to have space. So I'll come to where I have line and paragraph spacing, and then I'm going to increase. If you think this is too small, please, you can double it up. And if you think this is also so small, why not? You can come to custom spacing and even make it 4 if you like. Depends on what you want. Apply it, and you see it has given you that maximum space. Maybe you want to write 3 things and make it full like 4 pages. You can do that here. So just increase the space, and that is what you can do there. And now I have done all of these things. I want to clear the formatting. I can just click on this. You see what happened? I clicked on the clear formatting and it cleared everything. So you can always, maybe you have made so many changes and you're like, I'm not satisfied with this. I just want to clean everything, and you don't want to continue doing Control Z, Control Z. You can just highlight everything. Come to this place where you have clear formatting, right? And then it will clear everything and take it back to the normal path for you. Now, this prologue, let's walk around this. I want to change the color of this text. I don't want it to be like this. Okay, Faith, we can do that. You see where we have text color. You come here, you click on it. I don't want black. I think I like blue. Then you see it has changed it for you. Oh, this blue is too light. Okay, no wahala now. Dark blue. Oh, I don't like this blue. It's looking like black. Oh yeah, you can change it to orange. It depends on you and what message you're trying to pass. So you can do any of this anytime. Okay, I think I've gone through all of the colors, but my favorite is still black. Amazing. Keep it. You can do that. Then if you also want to highlight here, you can come to where we have highlight color and select any color. For example, you have black font, but you want it to have a yellow highlighting. So you can highlight that, and sometimes this thing can call attention. You can use it to call attention to a specific thing that you want people to see. So these are the amazing things, in fact some of the amazing things that you can do with Google Docs. So you can also change this. You don't like this font though, it's just there, but I want to have something else. Okay, why don't you highlight this? Instead of having it to be Arial, you can turn it to Lobster. If you are writing a love letter, you can change it to Lobster, and then the font is different. But then again, remember that you cannot use this font in a professional setting. It is not advisable to use this. So me, when I'm writing a project, a proposal, or anything that has to do with official, that has to be something I will submit or is an official document, what I use is, you're not limited to this though, you can choose more. I use Times New Roman, Calibri, Arial, and Calibri Math. So these are the 4 that I like. I like Calibri Math so much, but Times New Roman is amazing, Arial is amazing, Calibri is also amazing. So you can use any of those ones. But something like Lobster, or is it Boscript, or a certain kind of all these slanty fonts that are like this might not be exactly applicable when you are doing it as something official. For example, you are writing a project, using this font might not be great. But if you are writing this letter to your loved one, fine, you can do something like this just to put some form of style, but know what works for you, right? And follow that up. So These are some of the things that we can do, like I said. And if the fitting is not as big as you want, if you want it to be 200, yeah, then you can use the scroller to bring it anywhere you want to. If you think, this is too big, oh, fine, you can bring it back to 100. And if you think this is still too big, for some of us that like to have very, very tiny fonts on our system or on our laptops, on our phones, you can bring it down to 50, right? But me, I think 100 is good. And yes, you can do that. So there's something that I was, excuse me, supposed to show us here is the fact that you can actually change your language. So yeah, hmm, you can change your language to any language that you can find here. But for the sake of this class and what I understand is English from all of the listed languages here. So I'm just going to use English, or I've been using English for this class, right? So that's basically it. So one thing I also want to show us is how to increase font. You can increase font here. You can increase your font here, right? Increase it. Oh, sorry, I didn't highlight. I have to highlight first. So I have to highlight first, and then if I click on this, it increases. When I click on this, it reduces, right? So those are the amazing things that you can do. I like using the word amazing, so pardon me. And now let us share this document. I want to have somebody work on this document for me, right? I can just come here, share, and then it's now you see it's writing private to only me, but I don't want it to be private to only me. I want other people to have access to it. So I'll come to share, right? And then I would come to this space, or it will bring me here, and it is telling you, oh, can you see we didn't even spell elite correctly? I didn't even notice that. I'll just make the change later. So share elite analytics hub document. So who do I want to share it with? If you look, people with access, it's just me, because right now I am the owner and I am the only one that have access to this document, nobody else. That's why it is only my email that is here. But now if you check here, you see how you see general access, it is restricted. So this document has been restricted to only me. Nobody else can open it, right? So I will just come here. If I say anyone with the link, it therefore means that anybody at all that has this link can access the document. So for the sake of this class, I'm just going to make it anyone with the link. So when I copy the link, you see the access has been changed. Now, am I going to make this person viewer, or am I going to make this person a commenter? So I'm going to say anyone with the link, right? So anyone with the link is anyone with the link can access this and can view this. That's what it means. Now, if I change it to commenter, it therefore means that anyone with the link can be a commenter. If I also change this editor, it means anyone with the link can edit this document, right? So it depends on what you want. It depends on what permission you want to give to this person. If you want the person to just see and not change, fine. If you want the person to see and change, great. If you want the person to see and not change your editing or change your work, but comment on the places that you need to make changes to. For example, let me cite this. So I write technical blogs and I submit to a mentor, and he wants to help me check the things that I have done and where I need to make changes. Even though I make him an editor, sometimes he will say, Faye, don't make me an editor, make me a commenter so that you'll be able to make these changes. I don't want to make them for you. So I will make him a commenter. And if I make him a commenter, all he would do, or what he does normally is highlight a place that he wants me to make changes and then comment the correction. He might highlight a scene and say, Faith, instead of saying very happy here, put elated or put excited. Do you understand? So that's basically what you can do with all of these permissions. And when you are done making all these changes, you can now copy link, right? And then click on done. So that's the basic thing about sharing. So also I just remembered this, how to bookmark a page. Now I'm still going to use my mentor as an example. I have a mentor, for example, that I report to every day of the week. And we have been reporting from January. Now it is November. And my God, we have over 300 pages. or reports, and then you are still updating this document over time, and then you are on the 360th page, for example. Now, would you want your mentor to scroll to 300? I would not even want to do that. So I would not want another person to go through that either. How you can help yourself and your mentor is to bookmark that particular place that you want the mentor to see. Hmm? So how we can do that is, for example, this is the 360th page, and I want, when my mentor clicks on a link, you should bring him here. I don't want him to take him to the first what's it called, to the first page. I want it to bring him to the last page. So what I can do is to put my cursor here, and then go to insert, and then click on bookmark, and then I can bookmark that. So when I bookmark here, I will copy the link of the bookmark. Notice that the link of the bookmark is different from the link of the general document. So when I click on that and I share it with him, it will bring him here to the exact place where I bookmarked. So let me go back and copy from that book again, so that we can see the exact change that I'm talking about that I want. So I'm just going to copy this. Control C. Remember, we are using this for the sake of this course. We are not taking this content for anything or advertisement or anything to take as our own. We are using it so that we can, we just need content on our page to work around this. So Control V. I'm going to do it again. Control V. I'm going to do it again. Control V, so that I can have numerous pages. Now this is if you look at the right hand side, you see the number of the page. So we have 2 pages. I think I can do more, but now I don't want it to have any highlights. So Control V, 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 Control V. Now I want to bring how many pages do we have now? 5. Okay, 5 is good. So here, that has this effort, I want my mentor to come to this place. I want the link to bring my mentor to this place. So I'll put my cursor here. I'll go to insert, and then I'll go to bookmark, and then I'll put the bookmark, right? And then I'll copy the link. When I copy that link and I come here, Control V, I paste it. Let's see if it will take us to that place. Instead of taking us to the very first page, it's supposed to bring us to that particular page that we have, that place that we have bookmarked. So I guess it's still loading. So you see, it has brought us to effort. So I don't necessarily have to scroll. The link brings us directly here. It will bring us directly to this place. So that's what bookmark does. Bookmark helps you. So if I'm using a book as an example, I'm using this book. What it therefore means is I am putting something to mark this book, and it will be a ruler. I'll put it here to mark this place. So instead of my mentor now to be scrolling, he will just use this ruler to open here, and then he has access to the things that I want him to have on this page. So this is what bookmark does, long and short of it. So this is everything we can. No, I keep saying this is not everything. This is like 1% of what you can do with this. There are so many things that you can do. Please have fun exploring. Do what you want to do, and don't be scared to ask your questions, because I will also learn. There are so many things I cannot even do on Google Docs, and I'm very, very open to learn, right? So please feel free to go over this class. You can scroll back, go over it. Wherever it is that you make you do not understand, you can screenshot and send to me or anybody in the team, and they will be very happy to. You can reach out to us on LinkedIn or on Twitter, and yes, we'll be very, very happy to answer your questions. So that should be all for this class. Like I said, if you have questions, please reach out. And if there's any other thing that I didn't mention that you would like me to add, please let us know. I can also add that to the description. So if you want to share this, let me go over that again, because collaboration is the best thing about Google Docs. So you these are some people that I have. So you can share them you can share with some of these people, right? And then they have access. Do you get? So there are so many things that you can do here. If I want to share with somebody, you can share. If you want to put anybody, you can put, and you can also notify them and send, and that is it. So this is it for now. You can do so many other things with Google Docs. I hope you had fun enjoying or going through this class as I did while also taking you through it. Please ask your questions and we'll be super glad to hear from you. And yes, follow us on our social media platforms. Like I said, we have so much in stock for you. And yes, let me quickly change this airlight to what it's supposed to be. So thank you guys for joining me in this class and enjoy learning. Bye.